Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and this is more of the irae interview with Kaziklu Bey. I feel we don't really need to say more about that. Let's just continue.
ねえ、起きてください。朝ですよ。
I heard my name and felt someone shake my shoulders. The freaking sunlight was leaking in and touching my cheeks, making me painfully aware that it was morning. But it wasn't like I had a reason to wake up. I hated mornings and I wasn't employed or anything. I had more than enough justification for laying in bed instead of starting the day like an ordinary person. Lucky you, kind of. In a way. And that was why I continued sleeping and asked her to keep quiet. However...
Wilhelm!
I finally realized that the situation was weird and jumped awake.
何なんですか、いきなりもう。驚いちゃうじゃないですか。いたたたた。
Claudia was right in front of me, sitting on the floor and looking at me with mild anger in her eyes. What the freak was going on?
お前、なんで普通にしてんだよ。
え？私がどうかしましたか？
だから、わかんだろ。バカかてめえは。
Just last night she was completely unable to even leave bed. Sure, she was an idiot that didn't care about her health, but it should have been physically impossible regardless. And yet she got up, walked all the way to my room, and woke me up like it wasn't a big deal. Plus, even putting all that aside, I could smell that she was making breakfast. What the frick? After looking at me completely at a loss for words, Claudia finally realized what I meant and got up while dusting off her backside.
体のことなら心配なんかいりませんよ。見ての通り元気ですから。自分でもよくわからないところはありますけど、なんだか私びっくりしちゃうほど絶好調なんです。
Usually that's not a good sign. Usually that's not a good sign. Like, you know, just like immediate recovery, sure, sounds nice, but usually that's not a good sign. It's better if you recover like step by step, sort of, right? As far as I know, at least. Claudia puffed up her chest proudly. She didn't seem to be bluffing.
マジかよ、ありえねえ。
It made so little sense that it was left feeling annoyed. I was probably left feeling annoyed, but whatever. I hadn't the slightest clue about what happened to her body. It seemed like a miracle, but there was no way I was buying into that shite. The situation was far too strange for me to just let it slide, so I had to do whatever I could to find out the truth.
何ですか？
うるせえ。ちょっとお前黙ってろ。
I reached out and touched Claudia's neck. I wasn't a doctor, so I couldn't examine her thoroughly, but I could more or less learn her overall state by checking her blood flow. The evaluation. She was all normal. There was nothing strange about her pulse. Sure, there were some signs of anemia, but they weren't strong enough to signal she was in a bad state. Yeah, compared to how she was like last night, Shirley wasn't kidding that she was feeling good now, but...
気のせいか。
What are you imagining? There was something really weird about her, but I couldn't tell what. I wasn't able to figure out anything.
優しいんですね、ビルヘルム。
は
Her words were so off the mark that I actually let go of her neck. Then Claudia guessed at me, a pleased expression on her face.
あなたにそういういたわりはあまり期待していなかったんで驚きましたが、やっぱり嬉しいものですね。改めてお気遣いありがとうございます。でも本当に平気ですから、そんなに心配しないでください。ほら、見ての通り大丈夫。
She struck a triumphant pose. I want to slap her stupid head around, but I was able to hold myself back.
何が優しさだ。気色悪いこと言ってんじゃねえよ。
I could have explained it all in detail, but she still wouldn't have gotten my point. Hell, she'd probably just interpreted it in a positive light, regardless. It would have been a waste of energy and breath. Anyway, it didn't make any sense, but if she was alright, I had to just go along with it. With that conclusion, I heaved an exhausted sigh.
じゃあそういうことで、ヴィルヘルムはあっちに座って待っててください。朝食の準備をしてたんですが、じゃがいもが足りないんで、今からひとっ走り買ってきます。
Potatoes for breakfast? What?
ちょっと待てや
Potatoes! Just how freaking stupid was she? Oh, so I'm not the only one.
んなもんどうだっていいんだよ。何がひとっ走りだ。いい加減にしやがれ。
そんなじゃがいもがないドイツ料理なんて何をどうすればいいんですか？それじゃあ礼儀正しいヴィルヘルムみたいで気持ち悪いことになっちゃいますよ。
Is that true? I will have to ask about that. Oh, I did not know it.
喧嘩売ってんのかこの野郎
I holded her, but she showed no intention of backing down. When my frustration reached its peak, I turned around so quickly I almost punched her. Aww.
わかった。俺が買ってきてやる。てめえはおとなしくここで飯作ってる。
Still, for why potatoes for breakfast?
本当ですか？ありがとうございます。やっぱり今日のヴィルヘルムは優しいですね。何かいいことありました？
The best thing that could happen here was her becoming a bit more perceptive. With that thought, I walked out into the dizzying sunlight to buy some dang potatoes. What a shitty way to start the day. Why potatoes for breakfast for? Why? Apparently the bad start was a sign that the day just wouldn't get any better and that I have to deal with stupid shit for its entirety. After all, it wasn't long until I was met with another freaking disaster.
これはなんとも興味深い絵面だな。まさかこんな状況に出く
What's
わす
up,
とは。
Zamiel?
さすがに予想していなかったぞ。天下のヴィルヘルム・エーレンブルグ中尉殿がジャガイモを持って市場巡りとは驚きだよ。午後から雪でも降りかね。
I'd bought a lot of potatoes and quickly headed back home, but when I met a familiar face, I really didn't want anyone to see me looking so pathetic, but even that was too much to ask apparently. She was not only there, Eleanor was accompanied by two of the most annoying bitches imaginable. Fucking hell!
嘘でしょ。
I freaking expected
何
her.
ですかこのありえないくらい気色悪い状況は。
Okay, it's all three of them.
逆に犯罪的とすら思うわよ。
Getting surrounded by three women while I held bags of potatoes in both my hands made me want to throw them around, but that clearly wasn't an option. However, it definitely wasn't a situation where I could just try and look cool. Acting big would have just made me look like a joke, so all I did was click my tongue.
うるせえな。ほっとけよ。そりゃ俺だって買い物くらいするわ。だいたいお前らこそ朝っぱらから何してやがる。
Sure, my situation was weird, but they were a pretty good match. Seeing those three together was really damn rare. After all, Babylon and Zamiel freaking hated each other's guts. Sometimes one of the two operated with Beatrice, like in cutting, but that group right there almost never happened.
知らねえ間に仲直りでもしたのかよ。
バカを言うな。私はこの女と仲違いなどしていないし、故に治る余地など花からない。
There's truth about that.
単純な話。最初から相手にしていないだけだ。そもそも今、どうしてこいつがここにいるのか全くもって理解できん。
それはこっちのセリフなんだけどね。私はビアトリスから食事の誘いを受けただけで、あなたに会うつもりなんか全然なかったのよ、エレオノーレ。
へ。
そうか。ならとっとと帰れ。止めはせん。
あなたがね。
Oh boy. And that's why they are together, because none of them wants to go first.
もういい加減にしてくださいよ二人とも。
Honestly, Beatrice was the one here who had to freaking quit, but decided against saying that. She was basically doing her usual stupid meddling. To my knowledge, she was always stuck between the two, and now she was trying to force them to get along. Waste of effort, if you ask me! Also, Wilhelm, now would be the good time to like silently slip away. But well, the antagonism between Babel and Zamil wasn't that shallow. That's true, we know about it. If you don't, check out the other playlist, Amantes. It's in the description or top right corner, yes. Anyway, a lot of episodes for. I didn't know the details, but that was exactly why I could just feel the gap between them. The world had relationships which just couldn't be salvaged, and theirs was one of them.
まあなんでもいいわ。勝手によろしくやってくれ。
ちょっと待ちなさい。人事みたいな顔してどうすりゃいいんですかこの状況。
Oh, freak if I cared. I mean, I was uninvolved. She was the one who shut out the situation, and I had no intention of wiping her ass.
行かせてやりなさい、ベアトリス。彼はクラウディアの世話で忙しいんだろうから。
ああ、なるほど。そういうことなんですね。だからそんなにじゃがいも持って。うわー、改めて驚きです。
Is potato jagai?
意外に海外しい男だな。
I want to head back as soon as possible because I didn't want to hear something like that, but there they went.
誤解すんな。別にあんな野郎はどうだっていいし、俺はこれっぽっちも急いじゃいねえよ。暇でしょうがねえから、お前らのアホ話に付き合ってやろうじゃねえか。ありがたく思えやこのボケ。
You had the chance to slip away. I really got pissed at my own disposition, but that's bullshit. Dude is always pissed. But this was one of those times. The flow of the situation was such that I just couldn't deal with it any other way.
ベイ、あなたがバカなのはよーくわかりましたから、これ以上バカをさらさなくてもいいんですよ。
Said by another fool, by the way, but
家賃で散々減点を稼いだんだから、これ以上マイナスを重ねないでもいいでしょうに。せっかく似合いもしないプラスをやろうとしてるんだから、無理しないで帰ったら。
holy shit, did I want them to shut it. They were probably just trying to chide me, but to me, those seemed like nothing but fighting words.
まあ本人がいいというのだから構わんだろう。貴様らも他人の問題にいちいち口を挟むなよ。
True.
そんなこと言われましても、こいつがあまりにもダメ男なんだからしょうがないじゃないですか。それに前から不思議だったんですけど、少佐ってなんだかベイに甘くないですか？
別にそういうつもりはない。ただ一定の評価をしているだけだ。こいつはこいつで物の分かった男だろう。少なくとも貴様らよりはマシな部分を持っている。
あなたの偏った価値基準で判断されたくもないんだけど、確かにことさらおせっかいを焼く義理もないわね。
そういうことだ。ベイの女問題がどうなろうと私の知ったことではない。ともあれ、こちらの話に付き合ってくれるというならちょうどよかった。
なんだよ。
The flow of the conversation was pissing me off, so I was just glad the subject changed. As if the composed of Samuel put a cigarette in her mouth, lit it, and began smoking. After exhaling the fumes, she finally continued.
ルートビヒと言ったろ。今日はもともとこのバカ娘から奴のことを聞くつもりだった。それがどういうわけだかいらん奴を連れてきごって。
Uh-huh.
カチン絡みのもろもろはリザさんが責任者なんだから当然じゃないですか。
Not really.
黙れキルヒアイゼン。ともかく私の話はそれだよベイ。季節してだが現場の人間が揃ったのだから聞かせてもらおう。
Uh-huh.
貴様から見てあの男はどうだ？
That was the same question I'd given Maleus and Spinne, and it clearly meant she didn't like the guy either. I understood her completely. To us, anyone who acted all high and mighty before Lord Heinrich deserves nothing but death.
本音を言えば今すぐ殺したいくらいだがな。ハイドリッヒョが奴を客人扱いしている以上はそうもいかん。
だから今のところはいざという時のために分析か。お前らしいわ。
貴様は違うのか。
どうかね。少なくともお前ほど生真面目じゃねえが。
Zamiel was concealing courage to kill Ludwig, because it was the reasonable thing to do. I could relate to that, but my main reason was probably different. Also, I should be saying Ludwig, but I don't know. I get influenced by how they pronounce it. It's hard to put it into words, but I felt I had to size him up in case I ever had to fight him.
で、聞きたいのはあいつの強さだ。
She probably didn't, but I asked that because it felt like a good way to continue the conversation. In response, Zamiel shook her head.
その手のことは関係ない。あれが強かろうと弱かろうと、何が変わるわけでもないだろう。
Pretty much. He'll get his ass kicked anyway.
勝てるからやる。負けるからやらぬという次元で戦争は考えん。ハイドリッヒョの命あらば、誰であろうと撃つのみだ。
Yep.
故にどうでもよいのだよ。仮に私が負けて滅びるなら、所詮その程度だったという話だろう。最初から修羅の波動に付き合える器ではない。
According to her, that was the mentality of a true immortal healtier.
ま、確かにそりゃそうだな。
Lord Heinrich wouldn't be considerate of us when picking his opponents, so we merely had to destroy what he willed us to. That was one of the truths of war. The weak would simply die and drop out. Zamiel was on the money there. Even beginning to consider the enemy's strength was effeminate. It was so true that I chuckled in self-depreciation.
悪いな。つまんねえこと言っちまったよ。それで、なら一体何なんだ。お前はあいつの何を知りたい。
Zamiel looked at Babylon and Beatrice before giving a brief answer.
動機だよ。いや、目的と言えばいいから。
それって
つまり彼が何のためにいるのかってこと？
On point.
そうだ。あれが本当にバチカンのものかどうかは関係ない。調べた限りは疑いようもないらしいが、その真偽はもはや意味をなさんだろう。なぜあの男はわざわざ貴様らについてきたのだ。ハイドリッヒョも言っておられたろう。奴にとって同盟の筋云々は建前だ。
Plus, we didn't actually even have to force him to follow us. Sure, we'd have stopped him from running away, but that wasn't the point.
確かに嫌々ながらってわけじゃなさそうだったからな。
Ludwig had some sort of reason, a goal, that had him cooperating with us. However, we didn't know what it actually was, so Zamiel wanted to find out. I could understand her point. That was probably also the first thing I had to discover before picking a fight with the guy.
心当たりはないのか貴様ら。これを明確にしておかんと初動で遅れを取りかねんぞ。不意打ちを食らうことになる。
That reminded me of Spinne's words. For hiding your talons, or whatever didn't work multiple times, it could lead to great achievements if the preemptive strike was used well. Of course, that also meant dealing with the counterattack, but in our case, even if we retaliated and killed him, the wound he'd leave would still persist.
つまりこうか。あいつの狙いが俺の首だったとした場合、それを取られた後で野郎の首を取り返しても負けみてえなもんだと。
そうだな。向こうは目的を果たしたのだから、少なくとも勝ったとは言えんだろう。
I mean,
痛み分けと表現するのさえ苦しい。
it's got to do something with Claudia, but...
最初の不意打ちで黒煙卓が崩壊することはありえんとしても、相賀の1、2本なら折れるのかもしれんぞ。そしてそうなれば、それは無駄な消耗だ。ハイドリッヒョへの不忠になる。故にやり返せば問題ないとするのは怠慢だし、報復を恐れてあの男が何もせんと決めつけるのは楽観だな。実際にできるできないはともかく、 本人は逃げられるつもりでいるのかもしれんだろう。
Hmm.
結果どんな状況が起きようと、我々は完膚なきまでに勝たねばならない。
Makes sense. Zamil basically wanted us to be on our toes so that we didn't end up embarrassing ourselves, and that was why we had to figure out Ludwig's goal. We had to be battle ready at all times, regardless of whether the guy was strong, weak, smart, or stupid. We weren't real soldiers if we showed an opening. Acting like that would devalue Lord Heydrich.
理屈だな。俺も気になっちゃいるんだが、いまいち読めねえんだよ。
I had no idea what went on in his head. He was generally gloomy, so I never felt any real motivation or passion from him. As I racked my brain for ideas, Beatrice started talking dumb shit again.
もしかしたら単にベイが嫌いで邪魔をしたいだけだったり。だって彼クラウディアには優しいじゃないですか。つまりこれは三角関係ってやつなのですよ。
Both Zamil and I simultaneously smacked her stupid head. Nice.
ちょっといきなり何するんですか。
気色悪いこと抜かすんじゃねえよ。ぶち殺すぞこのクソチビが。
まったくだ。貴様の頭にはそれしかないのか。
失礼ですね。これでもちゃんと考えてるつもりなんですよ。
If that was all she could come up with after actually thinking, then she was clearly a few cards shy of a full deck. That's actually a good way to say someone is stupid. Zamil and I completely disregarded her words, but Babylon Fortress smiled and sided with Beatrice.
そんなにおかしなことかしら。私もそうじゃないかと考えてたわよ。あらゆる状況を想定しろというのなら、それも立派な動機として成り立つじゃない、エレオノーレ。
そうです。そしてその場合衝撃で受ける痛手というのはこいつが振られる未来に他なりません。私としてはむしろ喜ばしい出来事です。
What?
もちろんクラウディアにしてもそうでしょうけどね。あなたと一緒にいてもいいことなんか何もないんですから。
この野郎。
I was brought to the verge of snapping and said something I shouldn't have.
勝手に決めんな。あいつはアホだから不満なんか持ってねえし、今だってヘラヘラしながら飯作ってるわ。
そうなの？
Their eyes widened. When I realized I fucked up, it was too late.
まさかベイ、あなた病人に鞭打ってるわけじゃないでしょうね。
違う。あいつが勝手にやってるだけだ。
ということは元気になったの？
Oh boy. I reluctantly nodded. Her recovery was a mystery, but was also the truth.
うわ、本当ですか？だったら回帰祝いをしましょうよ。ほらほら、なんなら今すぐにでも。
だっか、うせんなこのアホ。
As I struggled to keep Beatrice from taking the potatoes, Samuel forced her off me.
やめろキルヒアイズン。何にせよ相手は病み上がりなのだろう。今騒がしくするのは迷惑にしかならん。
確かにそりゃそうですけども。
あなたにしては随分と真っ当な気遣いじゃない。
別に私は道理の通らんことが嫌いなだけだ。何かとかしましい貴様らもな。
Zamiel stabbed out her cigarette and then turned to me. Following that, she spoke in an inquisitive tone.
ベイ、あの二層が復調したというのは本当なのだな。
ああ、わけわかんねえが嘘じゃねえや。
ほう、なるほど。なるほどな。
She was the only one aside from me who knew about Claudia's body. Her recovery problem surprised her as much as me, but it seemed like she was seeing something I didn't.
ならば結構。貴様は貴様の事情を通せばいいさ。せいぜい戸締まりには気をつけろよ。
I'll try.
私が言ったことを忘れずにな。完膚なきまでに勝てるよう努力するのが我らの務めだ。
Okay. After shooting those parting words at me, Zamiel turned around and walked into the crowd, leaving us all confused.
何ですあれ。
さあ、昔からああやって勝手に納得するようなところはあったけど、彼女なりに答えは見つかったということかしらね。
Perhaps. So she realized Ludwig's goal, but if so, how and what was it?
まあ何にせよ、クラウディアが元気になったのならよかったじゃない。引き止めて悪かったわね、レイ。彼女
It's fine.
大事にしてあげないとダメよ。
I'll try.
そうです。あの子を泣かせたら私は絶対許しませんからね。
To be honest, I feel like he wouldn't care what about these things and whatever.
あと、あなたの毒牙にかかるのも断固阻止してやるんですから。
She was annoying me again, but I didn't feel like replying, so I just waved them off and walked on home. Claudia's mysterious recovery had made Zamil realize something, but I couldn't tell what. It filled me with an inexplicable sense of unease, which, along with the shitty freaking sunlight, accompanied me all the way back. That wasn't the only shitty day I had.
ほらビルヘルム、今日もいい天気ですよ。
But next day and the day after, Claudia, instead of growing quicker, just continued to grow healthier and healthier.
ねえビルヘルム、また教会に行きましょう。もう少しあなたに信心深くなってほしいって私は言いましたよね。覚えてます？
A vampire, basically going to a church, yeah.
だから一緒に。さあぐずってないで。
I always knew she was proactive and strangely forceful, but at that point, she was so bright that she freaked me out. She'd lead me around with vitality you'd never expect from someone with terminal cancer.
美味しいですか？じゃあ今度他の皆さんにもご馳走しましょうね。食事は大勢でとった方が楽しいですから。
Unless they chew loudly, then they aren't. I had to say that.
ああ、すぐそうやって嫌そうな顔をする。
However, I eventually stopped thinking that she was in good health. In fact, I felt that she grew more flat and transparent every time she turned more lively. Also, I couldn't really put it into words, but...
ビルヘルム？ねえ、聞いてますかビルヘルム？
it almost seemed like she wasn't the one controlling her body. I couldn't see what, but there was something strange at work. However, I had no way of confirming it.
私は今幸せです。怖いくらいに夢のように。
Is this Helga's doing? Somehow.
幸せなんです。ビルヘルム。
Helga, you bitch, what did you do? As Claudia spoke of her daily blissful dreams, I continued seeing nothing but nightmares.
死ねバカが。
In the bloodstained rose garden, Helga laughed as she spouted nothing but curses. She wasn't even reacting to anything I said. I'd always had trouble communicating with her, but it was the first time she'd ignored me so thoroughly, yet not absolutely. That's not proper, by the way, German. Like some words, nice. Some? What? That's not how you spell that. I had no idea if she was trying to sing a lullaby or something, but the fact that she was using a nursery rhyme, I had no good memories made it obvious she was conscious of me. Helga looked at me with pearly vampiring eyes as she emitted a sweet yet rotten scent reminiscent of tropical flowers.
愛してるわ、ヴィルヘルム。私はあなただけのもので、あなたは私だけのもの。
Until death do us apart. No, even beyond that, she whispered with a bewitching smile stained in fresh blood. By the way, I guess I will say it in case you have not played like the first game or have not watched. Go ahead and do it for. Helga, right? Wilhelm's mother, but also, and hear me about that because it's messed up, his first lover. I know, it's messed up, okay? But it's just messed up. The site would... Well, if you know all the backgrounds as well, whoo, it's really messed up. Anyway, seriously, check out the first game, and I guess check out the beginning of this game as well, first episodes. It's been a moment, but there has been really some crazy stuff happening. The sight was an everyday occurrence at that point. 4 days passed since Claudia's mysterious recovery. Because of another one of her stupid fixations regarding food, I ended up having to buy her some tomatoes, and I just kicked the rope and came back from that. Claudia instantly ran up to me and talked about the details of the menu I couldn't even care about. At least that was what she normally did, but was different on that particular day.
おかえりなさい、ヴィルヘルム。今日はお客様が来てるんですよ。
Huh?
客?
Huh? That was news to me. With great unease, I pushed her to the side and walked in.
お邪魔している。なかなかいい住まいだな。
Uh-oh.
てめえ
It was Ludwig von Rosenkrantz. The son of a bitch was relaxing in my place like it was no big deal.
さて、どうした？そんなところに突っ立っていられると居心地が悪い。
This was the battle
まず
music.
はかけたらどうだね。
黙れよ。てめえは何しに来た？
I squeezed out the unpleasantness in my stomach and turned it into words, but the shithead worded them off with a chuckle.
なぜも何も、ご商売に預かるためというほかないだろう。せっかく招待されたのだ。断る方が比例に当たる。なあ、おい。どうして私はお前に噛みつかれなければならんのだ。率直に、侵害だぞ。
招待だと？
The unexpected answer made me turn my head towards Claudia. She looked back at me with a surprised expression.
はい、私が招待しました。
Her answer seemed half-baked, like she actually wasn't certain of that somehow.
彼女を脅すなよ、ビルヘルム。そんな剣幕ではまともに話もできんだろう。クラウディア。どうやら彼は事の因果をはっきりさせておきたいらしい。故に恐れず答えてくれ。今私はなぜここにいるのかな？
それは。
After a pause lasting a few seconds, Claudia began speaking clearly.
私がお招きしたからです。
どうぞお越しくださいと言ってくれたよな。
はい、確かに。
戸を開け、迎え入れてくれたよな。
Sounds suspicious still.
その通りです。間違いなく。
というわけだ。納得したかね？
Ludwig looked at me as if to see whether I had more problems. Honestly, I wasn't able to wipe the dubs from my head. Claudia shouldn't have had a means of contacting him. I mean, not even I knew where Ludwig stayed. He couldn't have been staying at the castle, and if that wasn't the case, he had to be somewhere in Paderborn, welcome in Germany, or some nearby town. I didn't even let her go outside the past 4 days. Sure, she might have snuck out without my knowledge, but was really supposed to believe she somehow bumped into him? Like hell, the chances were way too low. But in that case, what was the truth?
カチンからの帰路、その途中に決めたことだよ。まったくお前は、ほとほと猜疑心の強い男だな。そんなことでは面倒な事態も多かろう。生きにくくはならないか。
The biggest trouble I had at the moment was him, and hearing him spout that made me grind my teeth and release a beastly groan.
私出過ぎた真似をしてしまったんでしょうか。あなたに断りもなく勝手なことをしてしまい。
おいおい、それでは私がまるで邪魔者みたいではないか。いい加減この不毛な議論に落としどころを見つけてくれ。そもそも彼は別にここの家主ではないだろう。ならばその意向が最優先されねばならんという理屈はない。片方のみの了解で問題なしとする道理も確かにないがな。よってクラウディアが許した以上、お前が拒絶したところで私を去らせることはできない。どうしても気に食わんというのなら、むしろそちらが引いたらどうだ。私はそういうことでも構わんぞ。というか、その方がありがたい。いつ外れるやもしれぬ凶暴な男と食卓を囲めるほど肝が太くはないのでな。
That was all I could take. I forced out a sigh and used all of the remaining restraint I had left.
飯だクラウディア、並べてくれ。
はい、わかりました。
Claudia was clearly relieved, while Ludwig formed a wry grin. He seemed disappointed that I stayed. I didn't freaking care whether he was right or wrong, but I knew that nothing good could come out of going berserk in that situation. And so...
ごちそうになった。素晴らしい腕前だな、クラウディア。久しぶりに温かい人間らしい食事をした気がするよ。
After we finished eating, it was time for a post-meal chat. I barely said a word, and the mood definitely wasn't pleasant, but Ludwig didn't seem to care. Claudia too either got used to it or just gave up. She didn't seem uncomfortable in the least. The two were making merry while completely ignoring me.
死は母君かね。よければ教えてもらいたいな。
ああ、いえ、私は物心つく前に修道院へ預けられたので、親のことはよく知らないんです。だけど、そうですね。親代わりの方々には事欠きませんでしたから、死は誰かと言われれば、そこで私を育ててくれた二層の皆様。
That's nice.
あと、これは料理のことじゃないんですが、すみません。笑わないでくださいね。
About?
誓おう。何かな。
Claudia momentarily hung her head in embarrassment before whispering her words.
フローレンス・ナイチンゲール女子。
Ooh, that's a name.
私の憧れというか、その
That's a big name.
心の死というわけか。なるほど。確かに言われてみればうなずけるところがある。
本当ですか？
ああ、無鉄砲なところなどがな。
なんだかバカにされてる感じがします。
I had no idea who they were talking about. I actually did myself though. But from what I could tell, she was some famous nun from the past who probably had a few screws loose.
看護団に加わっていたと聞くが、それもその影響かな。君なりのクリミア戦争を見出していたわけだ。
一応そういうことになりますかね。逆に迷惑をかけることの方が多かったように思いますし、今はそこを離れているので偉そうには言えませんが。
ではなぜ君は所属を離れ、矢に下ったのだろう。
That was obviously because I took her with me. The answer was so blatant the question seemed stupid. However, Claudia said something I didn't expect.
恐怖した心ではなんと小さなことしかできないのだろう。
あ
Confused, I told my head. Her words didn't make sense to me, but Ludwig appeared to know them well.
女子の有名な言葉だな。それが関係あるのかね。
はい、ナイチンゲールは恐れに駆られた人の無力さを指摘しています。でも当時の私は逆に恐怖を求めているようなところがありました。なぜならあまり怖いと感じることができなかったので。
いわく半分だから。君はよくそう言っていたと聞いているが。
その通りです。でも私のそんなところはきっとナイチンゲールのおっしゃったこととは違う。
She placed her hand on her chest, as if looking for something in her heart, and continued.
彼女は恐怖に負けない愛や信念、つまり勇気を解いたんだと思います。怖くても逃げたくてもまっすぐ光に向かって立てる強さ。大事なのはそれだから。もともと恐怖感が薄いだけの人間にナイチンゲールの意志は体現できない。
故にまずは恐怖を知ろうと考えた。半分ではなく従前に。
そういうことです。なのでその
And Claudia made a guilty expression and threw a glance at me. She'd basically gotten involved with me and the obsidian table because we seemed far more frightening than war.
なるほど。まあ、愚かしいと言いたいところだが、筋だけは通っているな。
すみません。
別に謝る必要はないよ。それで結局、どうだったのかね。
He was asking her whether she'd experienced any fear. In response, Claudia formed a self-derisive smile.
あまり向いてなかったようで、今は方針を変えました。
Okay.
私はやっぱり明るいものが好きなので、それが必要だと分かっていても、後ろ向きな努力はできない性格みたいです。
つまりあくまで光を目指すと。影が足りないなら足りないなりに、その不足を補ってあまりある輝きを得るために。
そうなりますね。大それているでしょうか。
いいや。
Ludwig shook his head. His response was brief but dense with emotion.
君はそれでいいし、そうでなくてはならない。私が思っていた通りの女性だよ、クラウディア。闇なくして光は完全足りえない。確かに真理なのだろうが、そのために自己の純潔を損なわせる必要もないだろう。君があくまで光のごとくありたいなら、闇なる者がそばにいればいい話だ。そしてまた逆も真なり。闇のごとくある者も、君がそばにいることで救われるのだよ。
Ludwig then made the sign of the cross and prayed. He wasn't just showing off or anything, but that made it all the more nauseating for me. I was at my freaking limit!
君こそ聖女だ。まさしく天使のようだよ、クラウディア。
Huh?
だからそんな大げさに言われてもですね、困るというか照れるというか。それよりさっきルイは言っていたじゃないですか。私の料理程度でそこまで言うとか、なんだか心配になっちゃいますよ。一体今までどんな生活をしてたんですか？
Huh.
別に色も味もないようなつまらんものだよ。ただ世界中のさまざまな地へ足を運び、さまざまなものを見てきたな。だから中には 気に入っている景色もあった。極限に広がる白い夜。
Hmm.
あれこそまさに地上で唯一光と闇が同居する場所。私が願う私の理想だ。
Hmm.
白夜。
Claudia's eyes lit up. She was clearly moved.
いいですね。私もいつか見てみたい。だってほら、ああいう大自然を前にしたとき、自分の悩みなんかちっぽけなものなんだって思えるじゃないですか。
Kind of, yeah. She's got a point here.
それも救いで、だから私は。
うるせえ。
That was the last straw for me. I snapped. The situation was just so freaking shitty and stupid that I couldn't help flipping the table and shutting them both up. Though my words were minimal, I was freaking boiling on the inside. Claudia was surprised, while Ludwig looked at me like I was filth. I glared back at him and began pushing my point. I don't really understand why would he snap here.
大自然が素晴らしいだと？それに比べら自分はちっぽけなもんだから悩みもさっぱり晴れていくだと？頭湧いてんのかクソったれりゃ、そんなわけねえだろ。山だの海だのがどうだろうが、いや宇宙がなんだろうが、俺らには1ミリだって関係ねえ。何も現実は変わらねえ。綺麗なお星様でも眺めてりゃ減った腹が膨れんのか？空から金でも落ちてくんのか？敵が都合よく消えんのかよ。ぶち殺してくれるってのか？そんなことはねえ。だったら意味も全くねえ。現実逃避にさえなっちゃいねえぞ。自然
ごときだと。
Oh boy. Ludwig suddenly glared at me with a gloomy look in his eyes. It made me cool off a bit, so I formed a mocking grin and provoked him.
ああ？なんだよ。文句あるってのか？お前あれか。このご時世に環境の保護でも目指してるアホかや。
そのようなことは言っていない。だがお前、自分が踏みしめているものを一体何だと心得ている。どれだけ人が生きがろうと、世界が死ねばお前たちもまた死ぬのだぞ。
Yeah, the guy was a hopeless idiot, completely off base.
何を勘違いしてやがる。世界がぶっ壊れようと生き続けるのが人間だろう。
They'd keep on going even if the green withered, water ran dry, or the land were filled with poison. They'd ravage the Earth's corpse, then travel to other planets, when there was nothing more to take. The wickedness, this destructive hegemony is part of human nature. It's the immortality, indestructibility, perpetuity, the Methuselah I seek. The Earth would take us with it. What a freaking joke!
大自然様には勝てねえなんてクソみたいな陶酔はちんけな魔術師にでもやらしとけ。進化する俺たちはカビの生えたくせえ概念なんか求めてねえし認めてねえし、大体からして信じちゃいねえ。そんなもんは現実の中で雑魚い奴らがもてあそんでる妄想だ。基本性能がカスだから夢さえもがしょぼいんだよ。
This guy. I didn't even consider that they could become God.
つまりお前ら要するにくだらねえぜ。
よくわかった。
Ludwig stood up, faced Claudia and bowed to her, ignoring me completely.
今日は本当にありがとう。また後日、私と会ってくれるかね。
I really don't understand why he snapped here.
あ、はい、それは構いませんけど。
I really don't get it.
ではそのように、遠くない未来、白き夜を共に見よう。
He turned around and started walking out, but I followed after him.
ちょっとビルヘルム。
Yeah, Wilhelm, where are you going? Wilhelm? I ignored Claudia's panic and stood next to Ludwig at the door.
つらかせ。まさか逃げねえだろうな。
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
当たり前だ。
Oh boy. What's it gonna be? Apparently that idiot Beatrice wasn't all that wrong. But about the guy's goals, I mean. And since I realized that I didn't need to hesitate, it was obvious what I had to do. Yeah, it was only natural.
お前が私に何を従っているかは承知の上だが。
After leaving the house, we just silently walked to the cathedral. Upon arrival, I turned to face him.
その前にいくつか問うので答えてもらおう。こちらも付き合ってやるというのだ。まさか拒みはしないだろ
う。いいぜ、言ってみろや。
I had a hunch about what he was going to say. After all, I didn't know why, but he was fixated on Claudia.
お前は彼女を殺すつもりでいるのだな。
ああ、それは？
その魂を奪うつもりか。
よく知ってるな。メルクリウスに聞いたのかよ。
Even if all their beliefs were based on delusion, the Vatican's dogs weren't anything to scoff at. There wasn't anything surprising about him knowing our nature. He'd somehow ended up surviving the anomaly at Katyn, then even stood before Lord Heydrich. At that point, there was no way he'd go through those irrelevant questions.
つうかお前、いつどこであの野郎と知り合ったんだ？最初からそういう口ぶりだったじゃねえか。バチカン経由で俺らの情報を聞いてただけっつう感じでもなかったぜ。そこら辺はどうなんだよ。
別に何のこともない話だ。私はこの世界に長く関わっているというだけに過ぎん。そしてそれは彼にも言えることだろう。互いに古い者同士ならば知己となりうる機会も増える。
Well, that was reasonable. For Ludwig didn't look much older than me, I knew that didn't mean shit. People who've been behind the scenes since they were brats were in the chair, and you had people like Malleus, who'd been around for fuck knows how long. Hell, Mercurius himself was a goddamn enigma. Nothing could have done in the past would have surprised me at that point.
では続けるぞ。お前は彼女の望みを知っているな。さっきの会話でもあった通り、クラウディアは人生の充実を求めている。言葉にすればありきたりだが、決して甘い道ではない。思いが、熱が、ひたむきさが違う。たとえ同じ立場で同じことを求めても、彼女の真似ができる者などまずいないと言えるはずだ。
そうかもな。あそこまでのアホがポンポンしゃしゃってきても困る。どいつもこいつもああだったら人類絶滅しまうぜ。ありゃ死にたがりの病ってやつだ。
そこについてだけは同意しよう。だが結果論だ。クラウディアは死を望んでいるわけではない。
だが死んでも構わねえとは思ってる。
そうだ。望みが果たせたなら。
どの道ほっといても死んじまう身だからな。
Ludwig closed his eyes, as if lamenting the fact that it was enough for me to realize something. Apparently he was aware that Claudia didn't have much time left. He then opened his eyes and looked at me directly before speaking in a challenging tone.
ゆえにこそ死なせはせぬと思わんのか。クラウディアは死に瀕しているが、死を希求などしていない。ああ、その通りだ。ならば彼女の輝きをここで費えさせねばならん道理がどこにある。できるならば死にたくない。そう、 可能であるなら生かすべきだ。そうすることでさらに上へ、天の果てまでクラウディアの光は増していくはず。あれは一瞬刹那のきらめきで終わらせるべき魂ではない、奇跡なのだ。こうこうと燃え続ける無ビューの祝福でなければならん。お前は
思わねえな。
I answered without any station to speak of.
俺があいつに思うことは、死にたいわけでもねえくせに死のうとしてる気持ち悪さとムカつきだけだよ。できるなら死にたくない？ボケめ、それが俺は許せねえんだ。あがかねえことにキレてんだよ。だから俺はあいつに死にたくないと言わせてやる。みっともなく醜態を晒させて、ドロドロに這いずらせながら狂ったように叫ばせてやる。何を引き換えにしても行きたいと。俺はその瞬間が見たくて見たくて、はあ、見たくてたまんねえのさ。
ではなぜその後に殺そうとする？お前とて彼女に生を渇望してほしいと願っている点は同じだろう。
アホくせえこと言うんじゃねえ。
I replied instantaneously.
あいつはああだから光るんだろうが。つまり消える瞬間のろうそくだ。期限付きゆえの爆発なんだよ。下手にダラダラと長引かせたら、むしろあいつは劣化する。次もあるだのと日和られて加減されちゃたまんねえ。
If that happened, I could never witness Claudia at her greatest. Fuck that!
どしがたい。不死を望む男がよくも言った。
おお、その点は自覚してるぜ。だからこそ得難い魂だと思ってるのさ。
As someone aiming to become Methuselah, I could embody the strength of a fading candle, and in a sense that was a weak point of every mortal. But by taking in Claudia, I'd make up for that flaw. A soul that gave it all for a momentous flame would surely elevate me further. Because of that, she just had to perish.
俺のために死ぬんだよ。あいつは俺のものなんだからな。
I declared that as strongly as possible, making him aware that he should just fuck off. Ludwig's aura became somewhat cold.
ではと、お前は一体何をもって彼女に死にたくないと言わせるつもりか。
そんなもんは一つしか思いつかねえ。
Claudia couldn't be moved by fear. Just as she herself said, the power it had over her was bigger, weak, and didn't bring any results. And if that didn't work, there was only one other way.
あいつを俺に惚れさせるんだよ。ベータな理屈で何も難しくない心理だろ。要は未練を生めばいい。
I'd kill her the moment she shrieked just how much she wanted me.
そんなクラウディアなら俺は愛せる。あいつは生涯最後に救いを得て最高に輝きながら死ねばいいんだ。
That was the outcome I desired. One where we became each other's first loves. I want to know romantic love so I could embody the love of destruction, but in order for my desire to come true, I needed Claudia to become fixated on life. As Helga would probably have put it, I couldn't get hard unless she showed her dirty parts. Heh. It would make her all pretty, and if I killed her then, she'd also get what she wanted. That satisfaction of teaching me love and the joy of having her own love reciprocated, Claudia would shine brightest at that single moment. Of course, there was no proof that it would all be smooth sailing. She said she didn't want to become like Helga, so she could resist and distort the results. Claudia's ascent could easily become a descent into something demonic, and I might not get a brilliance as strong as I wanted. Still, this wasn't something I was willing to compromise. For me to fall for her, she had to fall for me.
色恋は勝負みたいなもんだとよく言うだろう。つまりそういうことなのさ。なんで俺が主導権を取られなきゃいけねえんだよ。
That was the nature of hegemony. My needs came first and foremost.
よくわかった。
Ludwig gave a nod. For we had entirely different ideas, we both wanted to complete Claudia. It was a battle for which one of us would make her shine, which methods would be used, and which one would be right. Which one of us was strong and would have claimed her. It was basically a contest.
しかしそれなら
He took a step forward.
相手がお前でなければならない理由はどこにもない。
まあそうなるわな。
It was obvious and I more or less expected it, so I also knew what would come next.
それじゃ景気よく行こうか。おい!
I moved toward him, allowing my surging urges to take over, and swung my fist! It was not like as powerful as the one I used against him at cutting. With it, the fight from back then would resume. Of course I expected him to dodge this one too, so I instantly thought of the dozens of attacks I'd fall with. And each of them would be an improvement over the last. Wondering just how long that icon shithead would last, Contrary to my expectations, the first punch was a clean hit. He'd actually taken the attack, but he'd once evaded with ease and flew backward, making the church pews clatter to the ground.
Huh?
Yeah, huh? It seemed like sort of fucking joke. I mean, the battle hadn't even begun.
てめえ
My perplexion was followed by anger, and that was when...
何をしてるんですかあなたたち
Oh boy. The door swung open. Behind was Claudia, breathing loudly as she glared at me.
気になったから来てみればここをどこだと思ってるんですかそれにビルヘルムあなたは無抵抗の人にそんなこと
I mean... What the fuck was she about? She barked in without even anyone asking. Did she really think her nonsense mattered? Claudia wordlessly ran past me and fell to her knees before the dame clown could just head back for no fucking reason at all. She took him by the shoulders, held him up a bit, and spoke to him with honest word in her tone.
あ、ルイ大丈夫ですかひどい怪我
Oh boy, and here I guess we come to Wilhelm's kind of cursed thing. Everything is always taken away from him, right?
一体何があったんですどうしてあなたがこんな目に
Because the fucker was picking a fight with me, damn it, we pissed each other off and saw each other as an obstacle, so we were about to settle it with an exchange of blows. It was manly etiquette. I didn't care if a woman understood that or not, but I really didn't want her butting her head into it. That shit killed my boss.
気にするな。私は平気だ。君こそあまり無理をしてはいけない。まさかここまで走ってきたのか辛かったろうに。お願いだからもっと自分を大事にしたまえ。
私のことはいいんですそれよりあなたが
ああ。だが嬉しかったよ。ありがとう。
アホくさ。
What a joke. Fed up with the farce, I turned around and began walking away.
待ちなさいビルヘルムちゃんとルイに謝って
Seriously, like hell. The teary voice coming from behind sounded like pig squeals to me. No, the fact that pigs didn't do anything, any stupid shit and simply became your sustenance actually made this seem to a bit better.
どこに行くんですかねえビルヘルム
知らん。死ぬまで好きにやってろや。
They killed my vibe, and I couldn't understand them all. Were they freaking insane or what? Well, yeah, looking back on it, I was immature back then, but I actually was young, so it was only natural. 5 years had passed since I'd met Lord Heydrich, became a knight of the Obsidian Table, and gained inhuman abilities. That'd been my entire history at that point, and I was only in my 20s. I have no intention of making excuses for myself, but yeah, I just wasn't mature enough. The excessive power mixed with my youth and emotions was way too much for me to handle. Of course, it's not like I ever intend to fix the fact that I'm a crude, rough person. I'll say it again. Being worldly is important. Acting all enlightened and transcendental ain't me, and I don't want to become like that. I'm confident the things I'd feel if I was put in the same situation again wouldn't change. Acting all considerate, prudish and mature is a total waste of time. I wasn't about that life. I am the type to act on my urges and unleash them, however I damn well please. That's my style, and it's exactly why I don't want to ever misfire. I want to allow my instincts to always explode at the exact right time, aimed at the exact right target. And for that I had to train my scent. I feel like I have to learn to conduct myself in a way that allows me a clear head no matter the situation. I want to become a man who's able to sniff out the right way to do that, not by reason but through intuition. I don't want to misfire like that again. Imperfect releases like that can fuck off. Honestly, I'm still learning to do that, but that was exactly when I became aware of the philosophy. My life as Methuselah would continue forever and I want to have fun doing it. And that was why. Yeah, that was exactly why.
機嫌悪いね、ベイン。何か辛いことでもあったのかい?
That's exactly why we'll end the episode right here and we'll find what's going to happen next tomorrow. For now, hope you all enjoyed. That was quite interesting. That fight between the two. Well, I had my little hopes up it would escalate a bit. It didn't. But it's fine. Maybe there will be something big still. We'll see. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking it as per usual. Subscribe if you haven't already. There will be, of course, more DS irae until we're finished. And, of course, more games in the future. Let's see. The question. Were you also surprised when Wilhelm actually, like, snapped? Because I still kind of don't get him. Not gonna lie. I don't get why he snapped back there, but, well, whatever. I might look at the video again properly when I'm editing a little bit, to see what that exactly might have been. Maybe my brain is not working at all right now. Also, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram in the description if you are into that stuff. You can follow me there. And that's it for today. Hope you all have a wonderful day and, you know, drop by in the next video. Bye-bye.